This is massively relevant in society today. With the state of our country, with everything going on in the world today, this is probably one of the most relevant gems you guys need to use throughout your day. Because most you guys are pussies.
Don't you gotta love when cornball Wes Watson roasts you before he gives you wisdom?
You guys are pussies.
For about 3 seconds, Wes Watson's little pea brain was able to maybe just be chilled out and not insult somebody for a second. He was really digging deep into his brain in order to say, guys, we're in a time and we need to have this conversation. The world is falling apart. And then he just resorts back to being a little cornball Wes Watson that we all know.
You guys are pussies who don't speak up, and you would only drop hate in comment sections or speak your mind when nobody could whoop your ass. So, you guys, don't side with people. Enlighten them. Stand up and speak your mind so that you're no longer a fucking doormat.
It's really funny that Wes Watson, the cornball, says that we're scared to say anything to him in person. But remember that one time in Miami when you got pressed and you got exposed? Watch this.
I'm a trainer at that gym where he's working out on Saturdays, right? And I had a problem with him one time, and I even filmed it. This is what happened.
Stretch your elbows. Stretch your lats out, Wes. Come on. Come on, we know you're tough. Let's go.
Let's check out legs.
What's that?
Big legs you got.
You want to see them?
Yeah, those are huge.
Let me see your legs.
Those are dope, bro.
Yours first, bro.
Check them out.
What do you mean? You want to flex with me?
How much you weigh?
How much do I weigh? I weigh 205 pounds.
Barely 200, yeah.
205 pounds.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah.
How old are you?
240.
240?
Yeah.
How old are you?
How old are you?
How old are you? I asked you first, sir.
39.
39?
Yeah.
I'm 29, motherfucker.
Okay, yeah, you should
You're a
listen.
tough guy. I
should
do.
listen.
I mean, I thought you were a nice guy before I met you just now. This is a very bad impression.
You guys took it wrong. That's how I thought. Have you seen my f***ing content?
Of course I
Have you
do.
seen it? This is how I always
Yes,
talk.
I know.
And it's what works.
Right. It works for you, bro. But listen.
No, it works. It works.
Okay,
It works. It works.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Did that look like the interactions of a hardened criminal who called the shots in prison? No, Wes Watson clearly demonstrated that when somebody would press him in person and actually talk crap to his face, he would do everything else but hit him and stomp him out. I mean, you saw the clip. He actually complimented the man. What?
Big legs you got.
You want to see him?
Yeah, those are huge.
Let me see your legs.
Those are dope,
You
bro.
want to see him?
Yeah, those are huge.
Let me see.
Chupapi muñeño.
Most of the world is not violent men who will fuck shit up like myself and other men like me who have a background of this. Most you guys are just talkers who watch the UFC and dream of whooping ass one day. You watch porn and dream of getting pussy one day. You don't really have a life like that where you're a top 1% man who can do whatever the fuck he wants.
There's already video evidence that Wes Watson is not as tough as he is. I mean, you didn't really need to see any proof to actually know that this guy is all talk. But something that really confuses me, really confuses me, is that I've never ever seen any footage of Wes Watson training in like a jiu-jitsu gym, an MMA gym, never seen him box, never really seen him do anything. But he claims to be a fighter, but no, I'm not buying it, and neither are you. And why? Every time he talks about, hey, look at her, man. I'm not trying to roast her, but hey, look at these escorts that.
Like, you just don't have that. And the reason you don't have that is because you have yet to create habits on the other side of your weaknesses.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You probably didn't have a dad growing up who whooped your ass, told you how to be a man. You probably just grew up around mom and your aunt and your grandma and shit. And, you know, you're just not that type of dude. I'm going to give you some massive value right here. You guys are compassionate. You guys are loving. You guys show vulnerability. You guys are great men in that aspect. Stuff that I need to learn from you guys. I'm glad men like you guys exist because I get to see how I need to be, and I need that half of myself. So I need to create habits around my weakness, which is being more vulnerable, being more loving, being more compassionate.
Wes Watson takes kind of like this really weird twist in this video about he's trying to like be your dad, and he's trying to talk to the people that maybe didn't have like the best childhood, and he tries to like be the dad. Like, that's kind of weird, honestly. I mean, I think it's weird. Yeah, and then Wes Watson, he tries to like do this charade of like, I need to be more compassionate. I need to be a better person. But I guarantee you that he's going to go back to insulting us.
Having more of a sensitive side, I do need that. Or else I'm just a killer 24/7, mentally just sharking on the world. I do need that. And men like me do need that side of emotional intelligence. And you guys, most of you guys possess that. But you guys don't need more of that. And you guys do not need to validate yourself because you have that. You guys need to be more aggressive. You guys need to take what you want in life. You guys need to be more assertive. And you guys need to create habits on the other side of your weakness. Tell me I'm not correct. What has drained you guys most of your life, of the life that you desire, is your inability to step up and get that girl's number, your inability to take the position you want in life, your inability to speak up for your motherfucking self.
Yeah, Wes Watson, like your inability to hold down a real relationship to the point now you gotta buy an escort. And I'm the one who's not a real man. I told you he would go back to roasting you. Oh, we're not real men. We're not confident. We don't stand up for ourselves. But it's funny because him ranting in his rented mansion is all because we asserted ourselves. This guy is such a moron.
And it's okay. Right now, you're seeing it. The problem is most of the world is telling you that that's a massive strength. Men don't need to be masculine anymore. It's toxic. Like, men are supposed to be emotionally intelligent, sensitive, and vulnerability is strength and all this. It is. If you're already massively masculine and aggressive and have a propensity of violence like myself. If you're like me, I do need what you guys have. I do need what you guys have. I do need what you guys have. And that is true. But if you're not like that, and you're already a sensitive man who's vulnerable and loving and a good dude, you're a good guy.
I find it hilarious that when Wes Watson talks about vulnerability, sensitivity, and him being like this whole like good guy thing, I think he's like projecting right now. Like, this is part of the video where I think we're seeing like Wes Watson, the cornball's like most inner self coming out. Because you know the man is sitting in his bed reading all of the negative hate comments and quotes because his like ex-wife or ex-ding or whatever literally talks about this.
The Amber Heard comments.
Right.
I am totally okay with that because I know that I have more balls being called those names than him reading his comments and losing his shit.
But you ain't a bad motherfucker. People want to be a bad motherfucker, but with good character, good habits, capable of extreme violence, but willingly forgoes it. Peterson said this, and a lot of people say this. I mean, it's just that same thing about truly possessing both halves that would make you a valuable asset of a man. And I'm telling you guys this because most of you guys are not the violent guy. So most of you guys need to learn how to fuck shit up. Most of you guys need to learn how to not be such a pussy, hiding in comments, no picture on your post, afraid to show who you are, not even proud of yourself, and you need to learn from someone like me. The directness, the power, the confidence, the ability to get what I want out of life is a massive skill set that a lot of you guys have not even came close to developing.
This grown man filming without his shirt on in his rented mansion is once again ranting about the comments that drive him absolutely crazy. He is literally begging you to stop leaving comments. I want all of you guys to understand that every one of your comments drives him insane. We all live in the head of Cornball Watson rent free. We don't pay $95,000. We don't pay a single dime. And oh, Cornball Watson, you're just not going to win this. You're just not going to win it, chump.
You guys need to know this. You need to work with someone who builds this in you. You need to be around it. Most of the men who don't possess this, they didn't have a dad who was a monster like me. My dad's a fucking beast. He was 6'5", 280, 300 pounds sometimes when he gained weight. Monster ass, like size fucking 14 or 15 boots, manly ass hands, and he worked construction. He was a fucking monster. Most of you guys weren't around that. And the ones that were, you can tell. They're okay with getting pushed in a gym. They don't go being a bitch online talking all this shit.
So once again, Wes Watson's insecurities are on full display for everybody to laugh at. It's a very well-known fact that Wes Watson is like very insecure about the size of his hands. He tries to gas his Giga Chad dad up, saying that he's 6'5", that he has massive hands and feet, and he's trying to basically say that he has the same qualities of his Giga Chad dad. But that is far from the truth. Wes Watson stands at like 5'8". He's not like his dad at all. And there's no problem being 5'8", but you know, a guy like Wes Watson has to be bigger than everybody. And he's always trying to angle max. When you take a photo like this, right, he's angle maxing. But then when you look at a normal photo next to a guy, you see that he's really not that big. He's just like a little insecure princess.
About other men using other men's names when they know they don't want that smoke. They're not like that. They literally go out and get what they want in life. They don't use other men to get success from. They don't use other men's name as clickbait. That's very feminine to talk about other men. And say, whenever you guys are using another man's name, you're saying, this man is more relevant than me. I'm the fucking reporter bitch who has to talk about him to get any type of clout. He's the star. I'm the reporter. I'm just some weirdo who talks about him. Don't be that way. Take your spot. Prove your value. Show your worth. Build the man that you're proud of. It's a fucking lost art in today's society. And you guys you'll never be able to seize the life you want until you create habits on the other side of your weaknesses.
Wes Watson always talks about if you use another man's name, then you're just like this huge beta male. But it's really funny because Wes Watson's a massive hypocrite. The past couple of videos that he's been making on his channel have been totally related to Johnny Bravo films. And I'm just going to let Johnny Bravo film speak for himself real quick.
Now, this got me all thinking about something else you said. You said, real men don't make videos talking about other men, mentioning their names. And I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, I'm like, we've heard this before. Where have we heard this before, right? And it's Big Boy and Kali Muscle, the two biggest bitches. It's because they say that shit all the time.
Are we saying names? We never say anybody's names. That's the thing. Do I ever drop anybody's names? I don't say no one's names. I ain't worried about that. You know what I'm saying? The haters are worried about me.
You better believe it.
Haters worried about Cali.
Yeah.
We ain't going on making videos on other. That's a pathetic life, man. If your life is all about making videos about another man.
Wait, hold on a second. Making videos about another man. What is it that you assholes are sitting there doing making a video about me? You think because you don't mention my name that it's okay to do it and you can get away with saying that bullshit?
Cornball Watson and his friend Fat Boy, or whatever his name is, they think it's a more manlier route to take, to just subtweet you, to just make a bunch of videos about you and never mention your name directly. I personally think that's a way weaker move.
Regardless of anything, like, Wes did come from this background and did get that far. Regardless of what you want to say about it, you weren't able to do it, motherfucker. You couldn't do it. What held you back? Well, I didn't do this and I didn't do that. No. Regardless of how anyone did anything, why can't you do it? You're not capable because you're a victim. You're saying other people have a different opportunity than you and they don't.
How many times is moron gonna spit on the camera? Jeez. But anyway, Wes Watson, he never actually made money. Money was just handed over to him freely by people that have no self-confidence in themselves, that thought that if they buy some stupid class that charges $3,000 a month, that they'd be able to change their world. Wes Watson thinks he's like the founder of Tesla or whatever, but this guy doesn't know how to think. If you made it to the end of this video, then hopefully you consider leaving a like down below, and also subscribing to the Bubba channel. I'll catch y'all later. See ya.